All right. Appreciate everybody tuning in to Indian Trace. What you're looking at here, for some know, but others might wonder what's really going on, is one group from one display bin, not bin, but compartment in my display box. And it just so happens to hold 10. I mean, it could hold more, and it's got a place for more, but these are super top end, through the last 7 years, notch points. And I usually put them in my compartments based on how a point feels. It's not based on what its traditional style may be. As you can see, there's a lot of different styles here. So I want to get a close-up of these and show you, because these are top end. And I haven't done as many display videos lately, and I'll do counterclockwise as I used to. And I had a note come in that said, I really love those, and I'd love to see some of the close-ups of, and just like I really love to see a lot of yours, because whether you're Tennessee or Ohio or Mexico, I'm just like blown away at the type of points. It's a Rhyolite point from the Archaic right here. Just top end stuff. So I wanted to do a little bit of an easygoing display video to give you a good close-up look. And some of you guys who nap really love it. You can see the differences. We have a blend here now going on of Rhyolite. The veins, geological veins of Rhyolite, the closest place you're going to get it is 13 days foot travel from where I am. But as you can see in a lot of these points, they used a lot of Rhyolite and mixtures of Rhyolite, like this and like this. Again, this is a double finds video. If you click, you'll see a live find. I don't even know which one it is. I have them all lined up, and I'm going to go through my 214 first. Amazing. I mean, it could be this. I know this one's not up there yet. This is actually purple when it's wet, and that's a Notchville point. These that I consider G10 are not perfect by any stretch of the imagination in terms of the flint that I see people. And I had a friend from, I forgot where it was, but from Missouri, send me that Dixon, and just the flint they had to work with, they could make incredible pieces. This is as incredible as it gets here in eastern central North Carolina, and I've seen a lot that comes from here. Look at that point, fairly recent, might be the most recent of this group that I find. You can see the relief on the back relief strike right there, so they could get it hafted. You can see where they would have got that shaft into there. These are all for the atlatl. There's no bow points here. And this was found at Mecca. And the cleanup, I haven't done enough. A couple guys get on me, say they really want to see cleanups. I don't usually do cleanups when I go out and make some finds. At this point, was found at Mecca too, but maybe 4 years ago. So I figured the light was perfect. A little bit of time. I did go out today to Turkey Hill. Made some finds, but I'm much more picky nowadays, and it's just the way things happen. You as a collector, think about it. Your perception, whether you like it or not, it's not controllable, is going to change. It's going to change. I used to find just a tip, and just I'd be like, I'd be jazzed over finding tips and pieces, and I mean, it was just unbelievable to me. But now, when I've learned more about how to find and where to find, things happen. This kind of stuff does happen. I want to prove that to people. I want to show them, keep moving forward, keep working, keep learning, keep understanding, discovering your sites and figuring out what they are and unfolding. Most of all, If you don't succeed, try again and try again, because it's there. They need it. This is an indication of their need. They're not sitting there as fancy pants Indians trying to make the most beautiful stuff in the world. They're trying to make what works efficiently. Look at the release strike on the back of that. A lot of people don't realize that. I mean, even at shows, that stuff is staggering. But they were not trying. They weren't in some beauty pageant or anything. They wanted food, which I like most, because I'm looking at need here. I'm looking at they just definitely had to have some meat. Look at this point here. And like I said, these are all based on feel in one compartment. Size and feel. This is a point that is a shocker. Mecca, the strong release strike right there, just so they could get it on there. It's good stuff. And I wanted to show these because they're in my top display, and to me it just doesn't get better than this. Some of these I haven't even seen in a couple years or what have you. I don't go through and look at them very often, so I'll do some displays and show people. This I remember I found on a morning that I was doing a sort of honoring my father that day. He'd been diagnosed with leukemia and he's now passed, but I remember I was doing videos and honoring him, and it was such an honor point. Remember the video? Never forget it. You know how that is, sort of a touch point. You find these things. That's a nice piece. Here's a piece from the Archaic. This piece was actually from the Passage, Site 7. This piece right here is from the Archaic. It's great color. I think it's probably a rhyolite mix, very smooth. I think the source of rock and flint is an indication that a lot of these points, you can see the variations in color, are definitely from centuries difference. Thousands, a couple thousand years could separate some of these points, and definitely sets of 200, 300, 400 years could separate these points, including their rock source. Look at that. The rock source on that. Mercy. Here's a point from Mecca. I think it's a big sandy, right? Their virtue is self-explanatory. They are not balanced. They are not thin, all of them, like some of the crazy points that people find in Tennessee and what have you. And I made that point enough. But as I said, I'll share them because I can tell you this is as good as it gets here in eastern central North Carolina. Look at how worked it is around the base here. This one was featured just the other day, and I think a Double Finds video. Here's a good cleanup with perfect lighting. The Cascade. It's just time to relax. Now I gotta go and grab one of my sons from school and move forward and do a couple things today. But click the link in the description for a Double Find. It's probably something that's just top end. I've loaded it up and I'm working on a project, so check it out. Just wanted to show you these. At least for me, I just wanted to share as good as it gets. Now there's other styles and there's quartz, but take a little time to show you these.